Hello, this is Lori from the Crafting Auntie. Welcome back to my channel. So I wanted to continue working in this journal that I'm creating using my porch prints and it's Farmhouse Cottage. And so I wanted to create a page in here, and I took some of the ephemera that was tags or it might have been on a page, and I decided to cut things out. So what I did is I've cut out this lantern, and my thought is to back it with some clear acetate and do some alcohol ink on it to give it some old looking texture, and then build a collage using these elements that I've cut out and create a page. So that's where I'm headed with this. So the first thing I want to do is I want to grab some of my alcohol inks, and I want to go ahead and do some alcohol distress ink on this clear acetate before I do anything else. So I'm going to grab those and be right back. Okay, I've picked out a couple of colors that I want to try on this. So I have, this is Ranger alcohol ink, and I have latte, and I have caramel. So I'm going to try and create a little bit of distress looking on this clear plastic acetate that I want to put behind this lantern. So I'm going to just kind of get an idea of where I want to put the stuff, and then I'm going to go ahead and drop it on there and see what we can come up with. So let's do this. So I kind of want some in here. So let me move this. And we'll just kind of create a little distressing look. And then let me do a little bit more over on this side. Trying not to think about this. I'm just going to try and roll with it. So we'll do that. And then I think just a little bit of this latte, just to give it a little bit of other color. Let me make sure this is shook up good. Okay. So let's see what we can do with this. We'll just do some drops here and there. Just kind of give it some character. And kind of mix it so it doesn't look blotchy. So we'll do that. And then I'm just going to let this dry. So I'll move this off to the side and just let that dry. And then what I'm going to do, I've already cut this out. So this was on one of the pages. Oops, that came like this, and I cut it out here. Excuse me. I didn't cut all the ring element because I'm not sure what I'm going to do on that yet. But I did want to have the lantern. So I'm going to go ahead and do some distressing using Vintage Photo. Go around the lantern so hide any of the white spots that might be on here from where I cut it out. And I'm not worried about what this bottom part looks like here, because when I get done doing the collaging and whatever it is I'm going to do, we probably won't see that. So I'm not too worried about that. So just ink all the edges. And then I'll go ahead and do this on all the pieces here. I just love these elements. Here I'm just going to kind of, there's some white in here, I'm just going to kind of distress a little bit deeper into the flower area just so it's not so much stark white going around there. Do that. And the apple pie. I tried to pick out some elements that look like baking and things you would use in baking. I don't know, it just kind of struck me as a good idea. The hat doesn't have anything to do with baking, but I just thought it looked cool with everything else. So we will see how it goes. So we've got all of those distressed. Whoops. Okay, the alcohol ink is dry. And it should look like this when I get this glued together. So I think I like that. I think that's going to work out okay. And then my thought is, I think I'm going to end up putting some script or something behind this, but trying to figure out what I want to do as far as the layout. So let's see, maybe this, that, maybe we'll add some lace, the books, and the apple pie, and then maybe the hat up here somewhere. And then we'll do a little bit of collaging with some of these Tim Holtz items here that I have pulled out. So I think that's my plan, and then probably some splatters when I get finished with it. Okay, so I want to go ahead and put this together with some double-sided tape, and I'm just gonna, I think, stick it at the top and the bottom because the sides are very tiny here, so it'd be really difficult to do that. So put this on. So I think I'll just put some here. And then at the bottom here, another small piece. If I can find the end of it, there we go. Okay, so we'll put this on here. And line this up on this where I want it. And then I'll just trim this down. There's just a little bit of the acetate hanging over the top. So get rid of that. Okay, so I've got my lantern. So I'm going to put that here. And I am thinking there is some script that is on this page right here that I didn't use. So let me just tear some of that off. And I think it would look cool having that show through here as well. So let me just cut this down. And then I'll use some more double-sided tape and we'll stick this on. I think that gives it a good background, having some of that script showing through. So we'll put a piece here. And peel that off. Let's put this on here. Get that centered as best I can. Didn't do a very good job. That's all right. We'll just trim this off. And I'll add a piece underneath this. Okay. So I think that looks good. Like that. I like the look of that. And then I'm thinking of putting it right about here, and then we'll just layer, let's layer some of this stuff. So I've got the jar of honey, and then I was thinking maybe a little bit of this lace. Maybe we'll just have that overhang a little bit, and then we can put the books, and then we'll go from there. So let's go ahead and glue this down. And I think on this, I'm going to use my art glitter glue. I'm going to glue this down. Position that right about there. I think that looks good. Okay. And I don't think I want to pop these up at all. I think I just want to create some dimension. So I think I'll put this on first. Some things I like to pop up, but in this case I'm trying to keep some of the bulk down. And I'm just going to be decorating some of these pages, not all of them. So, and I'm not sure if what I'm going to do with the journal after I'm finished. So let's see, I want to add some of this lace. So let's add some lace here, kind of stick over the jar a little bit. And then let's add a little extra glue here. Add the books. And the lace will kind of give it a little bit of dimension. So I'll add that on here. And I'm going to glue this down a little better. Like that. Then let's take our pie. Not sure exactly where I want this. So here, I don't think I want it too high up. Maybe right about here. So put that on. And then we've got the hat, and I'm kind of thinking the hat up here. But first, I think I want to add a little bit of collaging. So I have some Tim Holtz items here that I have distressed. So let's work on putting some of this down. So we'll do something like that. I don't want to do too much, but I want some collaging on this. So let's see. Here, and like that. Oops. Sorry about that. Put that there. And let me add some of the color that's in here. I tried to pick out some things that I thought would go with this page. So we'll just add a little bit of color. And I love using the Tim Holtz items. You can do so much with them and create such a beautiful page just by adding a little bit of these snippet pieces. And just really brings a page together. So we'll put that there. So, and that kind of gives you a collaging effect. And I'm going to do a little bit down here, and I think I want to kind of come over. Might be too large. What if it looks like with smaller pieces? So maybe, yeah, I think I like that. Like that. The colors kind of go together here and here, like that. And now let's put our hat. I'm thinking like that. The nice thing about some of these kits that you purchase is that if they don't come with things you can cut out, there's usually items within the kit that you can just cut out and create a background. So I'm going to add just a tiny bit of glue under here to make sure that these sides of the lantern stay down, because we didn't put any of the tape there because it was so narrow. So just want to make sure that that is down. Let me add a little bit more here. Just want to be sure that it's stuck down good. Okay, so I think the only thing left that I would like to do on this is to do some white splatters. So I think what I'll do is just use a little bit of white acrylic, and I'll just move some of these pages off to the side. Take a little bit of white acrylic paint, my palette, and add some water to it. My squirt bottle's getting a little low. There we go. And then let's take a little brush, mix this up, dilute it down. You can use gesso as well. I just grab whatever is usually close to me. And then I want to add some splatters. Kind of across the bottom, across the top up into the corner here. And then let's add a little bit over this and right here. And I think our page is done. So very simple page, but it took some little ingenuity to figure out what it is I wanted to do. Once I got it figured out, then everything else went smoothly. So I hope you enjoyed this. Hope it inspired you. I'll be back out here with a few more pages of doing some things, and hopefully you'll join me then. So you guys have a great day, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.